It is Tuesday, November 5th. I had to ask myself because I forgot. 2024, the year of new beginnings, and welcome to Soul Strengthening Sessions. Each day this week, I'm doing my teachings live. I'm doing a fundraiser for my channel. So if you feel led to donate to my channel, please check the description box and send anything your little heart was content to send, because I would greatly appreciate it. So tonight is Soul Strengthening Sessions. This is a class I teach every Tuesday, and I've been doing this for a long time. And this class is the Inner Healing Journey. This is where I teach you how to begin or continue your inner healing journey. I teach you the basics of what that looks like, and I equip you with powerful spirit, soul, and body tools and resources to help you on your journey. So I'm going to get into that a little bit today. So also, I have a word for tonight. These are just words that were echoing in my spirit when I was trying to decide what I was going to teach on, and it is this: in the midst. In the midst, the Lord is with us. We've entered a time, I'm not going to get too deep into this tonight, but we've entered a time where things are going to accelerate in the natural. The spiritual convergence has happened, and we're going to start to see this acceleration in the natural, so in this earth realm. And that goes for both sides. Many of you that have been following me know I've been talking about this divine reversal that's happened. Those of us that have been in trial and tribulation, that have been in the refining process, that have been suffering and struggling, our time is up for that. And we're entering our harvest. We're entering the time of abundance in our life, which is amazing and exciting, because I am in this category and I'm very excited about it. It couldn't come at a better time. However, those of you who have been, and you can refer to the video I shared, I want to say last month on, I can't remember what I titled it, but it's the video where I talked about, it's the last prophetic word I shared. That's the one you need to watch. But many of us are going into testing and trials. So this is why it's very important that you are prepared for this, because some of you are going into your refining process because you haven't yet surrendered your life over to the Lord. And I want you equipped and prepared so that you can handle not only the refining process, which is its own grueling process at times, but also what is happening in the world. And there is a lot that is coming. Hi, good evening, welcome. Hope you all are doing well. My day's been okay. How has your day been? Thank you for asking. So soul strengthening, this is the heart of what I teach, and that is to equip your soul, which is your mind, your heart, and your will. Okay? This is really where the battle is in our life when we're dealing with struggles, when we're dealing with issues, whatever it is that you're dealing with, and we are all dealing with something. We're all recovering from something, or we're all about to go into something. So it's very important that we have a good grasp on self, what your battles are, what your issues are, what your struggles are, and also to have remedy for them, okay? It's not enough to just know I'm struggling. It's vital to seek the care and help that you need to get through whatever it is you're going through. Okay. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for the prayers. I appreciate that. They are very much needed. So again, for those of you that are just joining, this is my second class of the week. This is every Tuesday I teach soul strengthening sessions, and you can find that link in my description. I'm also doing these teachings this week, basically all week. So from here to Friday, You're going to find me on here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm also doing a fundraiser for my channel and the work that I am doing. So if you feel led to donate, please visit my description and share anything that God puts on your heart. I truly would be blessed beyond measure. You have no idea. And the Lord will bless you for giving. Okay, so let's see. So in these classes, soul strengthening sessions, I introduce you to my 3 to 5 step signature process to releasing the pain of the soul. Now, this is something that I developed in my own journey with the Lord in my consecrated time, and learning about the soul, learning about, my own personal struggles, obviously, and learning about how important it is for us to get to these roots of brokenness within self, because if we don't, then we are slaves to our brokenness, and therefore we are stuck wherever it is in our life. Okay, so there are 2 ways that this deliverance and release can happen for you. It can either happen supernaturally by the power of God, by prayer. The Lord can deliver you supernaturally anytime He wants to. I mean, you can literally say a prayer tonight over something in your life and He will deliver you immediately. But there are times that we have to go through the process. And it is not a comfortable space because, in a sense, you are, especially if you are dealing with old pain or old trauma and you have to revisit it, it can be very painful at times. But once you get the courage and the confidence to do this, and you're able to, in a sense, face your demons, face, the harassing spirits that are attached to your life, and face those areas of brokenness, then you are set for liberation, freedom, and joy, because now you are set free. So y'all, just please remember to keep the comments in the chat kind, respectful, and for all viewers. Okay, we have young ones that come into the chat and on my channel. Okay. So yeah, but welcome everyone. Good to see y'all. Let's see. So, soul strengthening sessions. Tonight, the words on my spirit are in the midst. Okay. Obviously, today's a very important day in the States. And there's a lot hanging in the balance. There's a lot of crazy energy in the air. But wherever you are in the midst of this, what I want for you is to remember to be prepared for the unexpected that's coming. Okay, some of you are aware of what's coming, some of you are not. But my hope is to help you have some kind of foundation to keep you centered and grounded in the midst of what's coming. So where does this verse come from? This comes from Zephaniah 3:17. This is actually a very special verse to me. Somebody actually gave it to me in, this was a long time ago actually. But someone spoke this verse over me one day. I was actually at church, and this was a church that I went to back in my hometown, and it's a mega church. So I'm talking about thousands of people that go to this service. And this kind woman, literally, I was at the front. I was just in worship. I was just lost in worship. And the song that the worship band was playing was Beautiful Things by Gungor. And I believe I was just soaking. Okay, I was soaking in the spirit, and I was releasing, I was crying. But this woman comes from behind me, and I could just feel her hand on my shoulder. And I just felt the presence of the Lord. Okay, now I looked back and I kind of saw her, and I thanked her, and then I came back to where I was. And then later, now mind you, this is like thousands of people in this church. This is not a little church. Later, she found me after the service, and she said, I want to give you this scripture reference. And I didn't know what it was. I don't think I had even read this book yet. She gave it to me, and ever since then, it's been a special verse to me. So this is what it is. Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you with his love. He will exult over you with loud singing. Okay, now this is in the context of Israel's joy in restoration. So it's beautiful. But my encouragement is that in the midst of what you are going through, what you've been through and you're coming out of, and what you're about to go into, the Lord is with you in the midst. In the midst. Yes, if you all have any questions, please feel free to ask on anything. Those of you watching the replay, feel free to post a comment with questions. And yes, if you're watching this on the replay and you feel led to donate, please visit my description, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay, so for the sake of those of you that have never taken this class or have seen any of these classes that I've posted, I'm just going to get into the basics of the soul for you. And actually, I'm going to get into the basics of how we were created, okay? So we are spirit, and for me, it helps to just write it down when I'm saying it, so that's what I'm doing. So we are spirit, we are soul, and we are body. So our spirit is clearly the part of self that is invisible, and it is connected to spiritual life, and hopefully the good one, the author of life, God himself. Okay, then we have our soul, which is comprised of three parts. It is the mind, the heart, and the will. In essence, you can say it's your thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions or choices. And this in itself is its own divinely orchestrated, amazing, just the way God created us is so amazing. But essentially, our thoughts pour into our emotions, and our emotions pour into our decisions. Okay, so my mind affects my heart affects my will, and they all affect each other. Okay, so if you are somebody who, and I share this all the time, but if you're somebody who kind of lives life through your heart, you're very emotional, chances are you're a very sensitive person. This is sort of your central nervous system within yourself, even though technically they both are, your heart and your mind. But if you're somebody who is more, you make decisions based on how you think, you're more of a thinker, then that's you. But they affect each other, and the connection or disconnection will affect, in other words, the connection between my mind and my heart, or disconnection between my mind and my heart, will inevitably affect my decision making. So if you feel like you're making terrible choices in life, you got to go deeper. Okay, why am I doing this? Why am I making these decisions? Why am I stuck in these toxic patterns? It's something deeper. So I need to go to my heart, or I need to go to my mind to see what's going on there. Okay, and then we are body, which is the physical part of who I am. And all three of these are interconnected in a profound, complicated, complex, amazing, beautiful way that we can't truly grasp it with the human intellect. But if you are struggling in any area, if you're struggling spiritually, it's going to affect your soul, and that's going to affect your body. If you're struggling physically, there's something going on with your soul realm, most likely. If you're struggling in your soul realm, you're going to feel it physically, and there's definitely some kind of disconnect in your spiritual being. Okay, so this is very, very important that you understand this. Now, I have a question. Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad that you are blessed by it and it helps you. That makes me happy because I feel like I'm doing my work. Hi. Hi from Italy. Good. Welcome. Absolutely. So I am hosting live streams all week. This class is called Soul Strengthening Sessions. And this is where you learn about your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul, and your body. And that's what I'm teaching on today. And I do have these classes every week. You can look at the description and book a session with me any day of the week, every week. So, excuse me. And then tonight, I'm actually doing a fundraiser. And actually, I'm doing this all week long. But I'm doing a fundraiser for the channel and the work that I'm doing. So if you feel like you're in a place to financially contribute, I would appreciate that. And you can go to the description. But welcome. Good to see you and good to meet you, Marco. Let's see. Buongiorno. Mi chiamo Ruby. E tu? Marco. Yeah, I know a little bit of Italiano. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so talking about in the midst and the importance of needing to be grounded within my inner being. Because I'm just going to say it plainly, things are going to get more chaotic in the world. They're not going to get less chaotic, okay? And I'm going to keep it as simple as that, but as plain as that, because it's important to be prepared for that. Timing and specifics, I'm saving that for our last day's live stream, which is on Fridays, by the way. But it's essential, and even so, it's essential for you to be in a place where you can handle your life, okay? Because there's nothing more despairing than not having a grip over your own life, okay? Now, God created us to be in peace. This is where I'm going to start because this is the foundation. So, spiritually speaking, I have the gift of peace because God Himself is peace. So when my spirit is submitted and yielded and surrendered to God, I have the perfect peace which surpasses understanding. This means that even in my struggles, in my situation, in my circumstance, in my afflictions, whatever I'm going through, I still have His peace, which can keep me in the midst of what I'm going through, okay? This is why you can find sometimes people, their lives are falling apart and they don't look like it or they don't act like it because they have that peace. And this is the ultimate, you know, if you can get to this place, you can handle anything in life, okay? Now, I will say this because this is also important to remember, and this is an encouragement. There are times and seasons in our life when there is so much piled up on us that it is very challenging to even remember that peace that is already given to us, okay? you know, there are very dark seasons in life. There are times when everything is just in chaos. And even as a believer, you can feel at a loss, like, Lord, where are you? Like, I can't even think straight. This is too much for me. But again, this is part of, you know, discipline yourself to remember, I need to find that quiet space within myself so I can remember that I do have the peace. Yes, God is love. That is awesome. Okay, so spiritually, I have peace from the Prince of Peace, who is Christ himself. So if you are lacking peace, chances are, you know, and I mean, like, you don't even have a concept of peace. It's most likely that your spiritual being is disconnected from God. So that is your starting point, is building a relationship with God. And that is very personal. That is very you and God. Only you and God know that dynamic and relationship. So that is what I would encourage you if you are in that space. But so when my spiritual self, or the essence of who I am, is centered in peace, then I have everything I need to handle the instability within my soul realm. Okay, so even if I have mental illnesses, or I wrestle with anxiety, or, you know, whatever it is for you, because we all have something. We all have something, most likely because we haven't reached a place where we've learned to uproot the core of why I'm dealing with these issues. But whatever it is for you, the battle is in the soul realm. So I must know my soul. I must know my mind. I must know how I think. I must know my heart, how I feel. And really, I would say there's more than this, but I'm just, for simplicity's sake, I'm going to say there's 3 sort of areas within the soul realm. So there's the soul, there's a part of my soul that is unhealed. Okay, so this is, again, because, and this is what I teach, that there's 2 pillars. I call them the 2 pillars of our brokenness. The first is my childhood trauma. Okay, now that looks different for all of us. Some of us really went through a lot when we were little. Some of us didn't. Some of us went through our stuff later, in our adolescence, in our teens. Some of us went through our stuff in our adult life. Okay, but essentially, you know, the inherited stuff that I brought simply because of the family I'm connected to, the stuff that happened to me when I was too young to speak my truth and speak my pain, and then my adult experiences. Okay, so the 2 pillars, childhood and adult experiences. So there's the unhealed part of my soul realm. And this is where I am really targeting when I'm doing the inner healing journey, is getting to those roots that I've yet to discover, or that I know about, but I've just kind of, I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't go through that because it's too painful to reminisce, or not reminisce, but to recall. Okay. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. That's very kind. I appreciate those words. And I'm glad that you find peace in my voice. Let's see. Okay, so right, so the soul realm is the unhealed self. And even so, that can be where I'm at right now. You might be watching this and you're going through some really serious stuff right now. and you're just a mess, okay? So, but it's that part of you that is struggling or is, yeah, what's the word? Repressing my pain, okay? Then there's a part of my soul that is sort of my future healed self, okay? And this is so important for you to grasp because it is what gives me hope from the brokenness to the restoration. There is a part of us, again, because we're spiritual and because God has a day one and a last day for us, that we come into the fullness of our life, okay? So you must know that there's a part of you, a future version of you that exists and that is in complete wholeness and soundness. And this is why I'm here to help you get from point A to point B. And then there's the part of you that is in your, the fullness of your essence, your energy, and your existence while you're here. So this is the you that you can actually envision right now that maybe you're aspiring to be, or maybe you're having struggles getting to that place for whatever reasons. Okay, so hi, I'm not sure what your question is, James. Do you want to elaborate on that? Because I'm not sure what that means. Sorry. That must be that must be a new word. I've never heard that word before. Oh, no. No, this is so this is mental health, mental emotional health teaching. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing here. Yeah. Okay, so and then lastly is your physical existence, your body. And again, our bodies echo what our souls are trying to translate. Okay, so the more in tune I am with my soul, the more in tune I'm going to be with my body. Okay, and I mean this in the most essential way. Okay, this is not even getting into, you know, body image or any of that kind of stuff. This is more about being present in my physical existence. Okay. However, I will say that if you are struggling with addiction or you're struggling with, you know, body image issues, you're struggling with weight, whether it's loss or gain, any of that stuff is directly connected to what's going on with your soul. Okay? You know, a good example of this is something like, actually, I'll share this because this is something that I've been experiencing recently. I have been in a heightened state of stress. Okay, so what happens when, and mine is circumstantial. Okay, what happens when your body is under chronic or acute stress is the cortisol in your body shoots up and elevates. Okay, so this can start causing things like weight gain or things like breakouts. You know, some people have breakouts when there's under a lot of stress. So this is important to understand, is a lot of times what you're going through physically is really connected to what you're going through, even if it's short term. And hopefully it is short term, because otherwise, you know, it just kind of takes longer to uproot and go backwards. Let me see, I have a question. Okay. So yeah, any questions? Do you guys have any questions for me? This is kind of the basics of just understanding self, understanding the soul realm. And let me tell you why this is important. Excuse me. This is important because you You have a calling in this earth realm. You have an assignment and you have a purpose, okay? And we are in a spiritual warfare. We do have an enemy coming against us, and agents of that enemy coming against us to impede our progress and therefore impede the work that God is trying to do, especially in this time and space that we're in, because we are in the last days and things are about to get a whole lot crazier. So it's so important that you understand this truth, that I must be the gatekeeper of my mind and my heart. I have teachings on this, so that I can be as whole and as restored and as well as I can, so that I can fulfill my calling, purpose, and assignment in this earth realm. So if you are in a place where you're struggling and you're stuck, okay, mentally, emotionally, even physically, I'm actually going to get into this. I haven't really made announcements, but I am going to get into the physical healing side. I actually have a extensive dance background in fitness. I'm just not in a place where I'm able to do that just yet, but I'm going to be incorporating that in my one-to-one sessions. So yeah, if anyone's interested in one-to-one sessions with me, I'm available any time of the week, day or night. You can set up a one-to-one with me. It's in my description. If you're ready to book a session, just click on the link and set up a session with me, and I'd be happy to help you walk through everything. Hi, good morning. I have a question. James, is it normal to be angry almost all of the time? Seems like I'm always ticked off. Well, it just depends. I think that if you feel like you're always in this state of anger, I actually have a teaching on this, James, and your class is anxiety, which is tomorrow night. And of course I could help you walk through this personally if that's something you're interested in. You can set up a one-to-one with me and we can get to the roots of what's going on with you. But in general, what I'll tell you is that if you're struggling with anger, this is most likely because this is your default when it comes to anxiety. Okay? So generally speaking, and I'll get into this more tomorrow, but when we're anxious, we tend to go two ways. We tend to either go outward, projection, which is typically anger, or we tend to go inward, depression, and keep it to ourselves. But it sounds like if you're saying it's all the time, then you're probably in a stage of acute anxiety, and you just need to have some time to kind of center yourself and figure out what's going on. And that's where I come in. So if you're looking to figure out some of the roots, please message me or click on my website and set up a one-to-one with me, and we'll get to the roots. I promise you, we'll get to the roots, and then you can start managing that anger and have a better posture and strength to handle whatever it is that is triggering you. Okay? Yeah, this is very important that we know what our triggers are too, because without that, we're sort of at the mercy of all the darts and arrows that are coming against us and attacking us. And that's the most horrible place you could be, is defenseless in your own life against everything that's coming at you. So, knowing what is it that triggers me, and why, what and why. Answering those questions, this is where the one-to-one sessions with me come in, because I can literally sit with you and you can tell me what's going on, and we can start kind of pinpointing backwards into where all of this came from. For some of us, it really is trauma. And for others of us, maybe something just happened and you're having a hard time getting over it, and we just need to kind of figure out, how to move from that space to here and then carry it forward. But yeah, so great question. Thank you for sharing, by the way. Let's see. Oh, thank you, my love. Yes, please donate. Anybody who feels led to donate, I would truly appreciate it. It's more annoyed or irritated all the time. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that that kind of helps you pinpoint it a little bit more. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially if you are, like I said, if you're in a space where, you know, you're just going through a lot and you haven't really had a time to decompress, or, you know, maybe you're working a lot and all you do is get home and sleep and get up and go to work, come home and sleep, and you just don't have any downtime. You don't have time to, you know, to process your day, or maybe you're having insomnia and you can't sleep at night. There's so many factors that can contribute to just feeling that agitation and irritability. But again, you know, feel free to message me and maybe we can find what the roots are. Arcana, hi again. Good to see you. Ooh, you came last night too. That's exciting. Arcana, I'd like to tell you this. I do English tutoring as well. So if you're interested in learning English, you should message me or sign up for one of my classes. And I can help you with some English, and then you can learn a little bit more how to translate the languages. Okay, I'd be happy to. So yeah, I think that's my lesson. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask me. I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. again with this fundraiser for anybody who feels led to donate to my channel. And I'm going to be talking about anxiety. So James, tomorrow's your class. And if you miss it, then just, you know, sign up for a one-to-one with me and we can get to some of those roots. But yes, we will be talking about anxiety tomorrow, and I will teach you the revelation that I received, because I struggle with anxiety. I still struggle with anxiety, but I definitely have a better leverage to battle it. And I want to teach you that. I want to teach you and give you the tools that you need so that you can handle the anxiety that comes against you in your life. So yeah, the revelation is tomorrow night, 7 p.m. So that's all for tonight, y'all. I hope y'all are doing well, and thank you for joining me. Everybody in the chat, y'all are awesome. Welcome to the channel if you're new. I still haven't done my welcome new subscribers video. I will get to that, I promise, but I'm very thankful and happy that y'all are here, part of this community and family, and God has amazing things for y'all and for us, and I look forward to seeing it come to fruition. So I will talk to y'all tomorrow night. And yes, anybody interested in my language classes, you can sign up on the website that I have, syllablespace.com. Anybody interested in one-to-one sessions with me, this is what I'm teaching you, the inner healing journey. Those of you that are artists and creatives, I also do creative coaching one-to-one sessions where I help you learn your vision and understand how to build your dream life as an artist. And then of course my weekly classes, I have those Monday through Friday, and this week you guys have me all week long, 7 p.m. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Have a great night. Love y'all. Bye.